ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930 present The Drive.
It is Wednesday, February 14th. Your drive begins now on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. I'm your host, Paul Swann. Thanks for tuning in to this edition. We will get your text in this hour, 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. Coming up this hour, my guest is going to be Ryan Crisp. He's the Associate Athletics Director for Annual Giving, Ticket Sales, and Fan Engagement at Marshall University, and looking forward to talking to him. But we got to start the show off on a somber note. Unfortunately, tragedy today. One person is dead and 9 were injured after shots were fired at the end of the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl parade, which happened today. This is according to ABC News, citing officials. 3 of the injured are in critical condition, 5 are in serious condition, and 1 person has non-life-threatening injuries. 2 people, according to a news release that police officials have issued, 2 people are detained. Fans were urged to exit the area as quickly as possible. So some unfortunate news today on this Valentine's Day. It's tragic when it happens. Sporting event, unfortunately, is always a place where you got to be careful because the size of the crowd always seems to lend itself for those who want to take advantage of that opportunity. So we don't know all the details just yet. There are those that are covering the event, and they can probably offer more of an accurate assessment of what's happening and, of course, more informed commentary. But I felt we should acknowledge it at least and make you aware of it, that some unfortunate news today coming out of what should be an exciting time for Kansas City Chiefs fans and the parade. So I hate starting off with news like that, and it's hate news like that, period. But our prayers and thoughts are with those who are injured and infected by this. We'll carry on with the show, and we'll get updates as warranted. But for now, let's get things rolling. And again, our text line is 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. As I just mentioned, we're going to talk to Ryan Crisp here in just a few minutes. And again, he's the athletics director for giving, ticket sales, fan engagement. And it's been a busy day for Marshall University because today tickets went on sale, single-game tickets, for Marshall Baseball's inaugural season at Jack Cook Field. It started at 10 a.m. And all single-game tickets through Marshall are standing room only. We'll get an update from Ryan as far as what tickets remain for which games, opportunities for you, and how you need to go about that. If you haven't got your ticket just yet, Ryan's going to get us updated on that and a few other events that are happening with Marshall. And, of course, we're going to get your text in. I want to hear from you. 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. We got a lot to get into today. I just want to remind you that a couple of days ago, we had a really good conversation with Marshall graduate senior Abby Herring. She was named Sunbelt Conference Women's Track Athlete of the Week, and that is spectacular news for her. You can go back and listen to the interview. It's on Monday's edition. If you don't know how to do that, we've got a couple of easy ways for you. You can go to our website, wrvc.com. You can listen to it there. We've got the player up now. You can also subscribe or listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. You can find the show. But that's pretty spectacular that she was named the Women's Track Athlete of the Week. Outstanding performance for her. Hopefully for Marshall's track and field program, we will see more. They've got the conference tournament coming up. Well, the meet, however you describe that. I always want to call it a tournament. It's not a tournament. It's the track and field championships. So that's coming up, and Abby, I think, is going to have an outstanding outing, and hopefully she brings back some hardware for the Thundering Herd, and that Marshall does, well, what I think they're going to do. I think they're going to have a good showing. Now, are they going to win the thing? I don't know. But I do suspect they're going to have a good showing. So congratulations to Abby. Of course, she was tremendous in the 5K at the Marshall Invitational. She broke the school record. She broke the facility record. She did it by over a minute. She shaved like a minute off of the record time. So if you missed that, you can go back and listen to it now. That's on our podcast. And if you need an easy way to get to it, you can link over to our website, wrvc.com. We get the link there. And you can find me on X, formerly known as Twitter. I put that out as well. And I'm on X at Paul Swann. So let's save some time here. I want to talk to Ryan Crisp. So we'll take our first break. We'll get into that with Ryan. I want to talk tickets with him. Later on, we'll update you on everything that's happening. We got basketball coming up tomorrow. We have track and field, of course, coming up very soon. Softball's in action. Baseball starting Thursday at the College of Charleston. So I want to update you on all of that. And tomorrow, I want to look ahead a little bit because we've got the name reveal tomorrow for the Tri-State baseball team. And they will hopefully make all of you excited and happy once you see the name. Our text line. Texter says about the new name, I hope the new team name is not something stupid like Dirty Birds. I refuse to go to those games just because of that. How about something regional like Rivermen? What do you think? Huntington Rivermen, Tri-State Rivermen? That's interesting. I actually like that. I appreciate that text. Thank you. I like that. The Tri-State Rivermen, the Huntington Rivermen. That's pretty cool, actually. Have like maybe a riverboat motif. You can have a riverboat gambler type of logo. I don't know. You can play around with it. I like that. So Rivermen, throw that up there. I like that better than Slaw Dogs. I like that a lot better than Slaw Dogs. And Booger Cats. I don't like Booger Cats at all. We'll find out all together tomorrow. The new name is coming out, and, of course, we'll talk about it tomorrow as well. You can get those name changes in, whatever you want it to be. Maybe they're listening. Maybe they'll go, "Way, hey, that's better than what we have. We'll go to that." Text is 304-396-TALK. Ryan Crisp is joining me on the other side of the break. Associate Athletics Director, Annual Giving, Ticket Sales, and Fan Engagement on this edition of The Drive, ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
Celebrate Valentine's Day with the Marshall Hall of Fame Cafe. 2 can dine for just $49.99 with 2 entrees and a dessert to share. Pick from the Marshall Hall of Fame Cafe's Parmesan crusted chicken, lemon butter salmon, or a half a rack of ribs. And then choose a dessert to share, a New York style cheesecake or chocolate turtle brownie. 2 can dine for just $49.99 this Valentine's Day at the Marshall Hall of Fame Cafe on the corner of Fun and 3rd Avenue in downtown Huntington, across from Pullman Square.
You know, there's something about a truck you can count on and that SUV that's been on every family vacation for a decade. TikTok Tire and Uniroyal know your truck or family car is only as reliable as the tires underneath it. And that's why Uniroyal made the Laredo AT Tire and HT Tire to be the tires you trust. You know, like you trust your truck, your SUV, or TikTok Tire. Uniroyal Laredo AT and Laredo HT. See where 130 years of value takes you. For more information, stop into TikTok Tire, 2102 3rd Avenue, Huntington, right across from the stadium, or call 304-525-7831.
Glockner's Too Easy initiative has returned for 2024. We're making it too easy to get more for your trade with our biggest cash offers. We pay more. Too easy to save time because Glockner has the fastest, most transparent 5-star shopping experience around. Too easy to find the vehicle perfect for you as Glockner has the area's biggest pre-owned inventory. That's why it's too easy to buy a car at Glockner.
We make it easy at Glockner.com.
Progressive presents an ad from Mom.
Hello? Is it on? Oh, okay. Bundle your home and auto insurance with Progressive and get protection round the clock. Round the clock? Does this generation even understand what round the clock means? But I'm just saying, because don't come to me when they ask to do this over, because the kids won't get it.
Get round-the-clock protection when you bundle and save with Progressive. It's easier than getting your mom to make this radio ad. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Stalwart Insurance is the name for insurance in the tri-state. They are committed to delivering tailored benefit solutions with thoughtful, strategic planning with valuable professional services. Stop by or call Stalwart Insurance for your homeowner's insurance needs. Stalwart Insurance is located right beside Kenny Queen Hardware on Route 10 in Barbersville. Call Stalwart Insurance anytime at 304-552-3883. That's 304-552-3883. Or visit them online at stalwartinsurance.com.
Hey, Tri-State, Frank's Place is where friends hang out with friends. Stop on by for happy hour from 4 to 6 p.m. and a lot of daily specials. If you're a sports fan, we have what you want. From the biggest game in professional football, NBA, NCAA basketball, and the NHL. First responders, stop by Frank's Place and check out the specials we have for you. Frank's Place, located at the River Place Plaza, next to Fratelli's. Check us out on Facebook for weekly updates and specials. Frank's Place, your home away from home.
In the tapestry of life, we encounter stories of legacy and accomplishment, but sometimes also abuse, neglect, or financial exploitation. Adult Protective Services understands the importance of safeguarding the well-being of our loved ones, our neighbors, and our community. To report neglect or abuse, call 800-352-6513. Sponsored by the Administration for Community Living, West Virginia Department of Health and Human Resources, Bureau for Social Services, the West Virginia Broadcasters Association, and this station. This project was supported by the Administration for Community Living, ACL, and the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, HHS, as part of a financial assistance award totaling $383,493, with 75% funded by ACL, HHS, and 25% in the amount of $85,236 funded by state government sources. The contents are those of the authors and do not necessarily represent the official views of, nor an endorsement by, ACL, HHS, or the U.S. government.
This is The Drive with Paul Swann on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Welcome back to this Valentine's Day edition of The Drive on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. I'm your host, Paul Swann. In just a moment, we're going to be speaking with Ryan Crisp, the Associate Athletics Director for Annual Giving, Ticket Sales, and Fan Engagement. We're getting more of your text in now at 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. From the text line, I got this is kind of funny. I got a text wishing me happy Valentine's Day, and it's a picture of Greg Valentine, the professional wrestler. That's kind of funny. That's good use of the text line. Thank you. I appreciate that. Texter also writes in and says, hey, what about Huntington Locomotive or Huntington Stampede as the name of the new Tri-State baseball team? And we got the Rivermen early. That was pretty good. I like that. I won't put Ryan Crisp on the spot too much. He's the Associate Athletic Director for Annual Giving, Ticket Sales, and Fan Engagement. He now joins us on the program. So what do you like there? You like any of the names that have been suggested so far? I know you probably know the name, so you can't give it out. But Stampede, Locomotive, maybe the Rivermen, that's been thrown out there. Texters all agree they don't want anything stupid. So you like anything you've seen or heard so far out there?
Yeah, no, I think I like a lot of the names that have been out there. I like that they all tie to our local history or tradition in some way, which is an important part of the Appalachian League. And so, no, I like a lot of them, and we'll find out together tomorrow at, 10, 11, whatever time it airs tomorrow, what the team name is, and I'm just excited to have some summer baseball in Huntington.
I think you know the name. It's just you're not going to give it up because that's why they put you on the show with me weekly, because you won't spill anything.
I just report to the boss, and I enjoy coming on the show, Paul.
I appreciate that. Ryan Crisp is with me. He's the Associate Athletic Director, Annual Giving, Ticket Sales, Fan Engagement. Always a pleasure to talk to him, and we've got baseball tickets to talk about. Marshall put the single games tickets on sale today. What a way to start Valentine's Day. How'd you do so far? 10 a.m., I'm sure there were a lot of people that were excited to get those individual tickets so they can come out and experience baseball for the first time ever in the new stadium.
For sure. No, there's our ticketing system does something where, they put on extra servers online, and basically what that means is that can hold extra traffic on our website and make it easier for fans to obtain tickets. They did it when we hosted West Virginia in soccer, and everyone remembers that demand when we sold out in under 15 minutes. And, they were like, hey, we're ready. We're going to put these extra servers on there, and we needed them. Herd fans responded early, and they ate up a good amount of tickets. We still have plenty to go, so if you're looking to come to opening day, hop on Herd Zone or SeatGeek and buy tickets. But yeah, we had a really good day, and it wasn't just a good day for opening day. We had another good day of season ticket sales, and many games were purchased individually throughout the entire season. So it was a good day for Southern Herd Baseball and Marshall Athletics as a whole.
Yeah, and I'm sure you don't need to say this now, but it might not hurt if you want tickets to go see the Herd take on West Virginia. Those are $20, and you better get those now because I'm sure those will sell out. And, of course, the game against Virginia Tech, that's going to be one that I'm sure a lot of fans are going to circle. But, honestly, right now, the fact that we just have baseball at Jack Cook Field, every game's probably a premium right now for Herd fans. Even your children in the background, as I'm sure they're on Herd Zone right now getting tickets.
That's right. No, they're just excited, and demand-wise, it was definitely opening weekend. West Virginia and Virginia Tech were definitely the 5 games that saw the most traction today. So they are the ones that people definitely have circled on their calendars and are either making a trip into Huntington or just know they're gonna be here for those games.
Now, herdzone.com is the preferred method to get your tickets, but if you can't get a ticket to a game you want, if it's sold out, you have a different option as well, or maybe you're looking to upgrade your seating experience, and not everyone can go to the game if they have season tickets. They can't use their ticket. So you've got a system set up that I'm sure Herd fans, some of them are familiar with, but it wouldn't hurt to maybe refresh most of the people looking for tickets if they're not familiar with SeatGeek, because this is where Herd fans can put their tickets up if they can't use them and give Marshall an opportunity to actually benefit from those sales of those tickets that are already purchased. But I can't use a ticket, so I want to make sure that someone can. I'll get my money back, and Marshall gets a little bit of that as well.
For sure. No, our ticketing system is a company called Pacquiao. They're in over 130 Division I schools across the country, and they have a nationwide partnership with SeatGeek. So we're not the only school that takes advantage of the partnership. And it does exactly what you just said. We understand that it's hard to commit to coming to, 27 baseball games or 26 baseball games throughout the spring season. You have, life, jobs, things get in the way. So this just provides an avenue for you to list your tickets, you to make a little extra money. If that's, you don't have to sell them for a whole lot. You can sell them for whatever you choose to, but just a way to list those tickets on that website. And then we do get a percentage of the fees that are taken from when you make a purchase on SeatGeek. So it does help Marshall a little bit as well. I think the main thing where we benefit from it is instead of a ticket just going to waste, it gets another person inside the stadium. And of course that's important to us because concession sales, merchandise sales, just experiencing the game in general. And then, maybe you're somebody that buys, standing room ticket for 3 games, but then for one of the games you purchase a seat in, section 103, and you really enjoy that experience, and all of a sudden the next year you're coming, you're like, man, I would really like to have a season ticket in 103. I really liked where I sat, and I really enjoyed the game. And, it's just kind of one of those cycles that we try to get people in, and it's a great thing for seat utilization and just an advantage for our season ticket holders to utilize this platform to be able to make sure their tickets are used and, cover some of their costs that they paid on the season ticket.
Now, refresh me. Tickets are still paper, or have we gone to digital yet with the new stadium?
Yeah, we are fans first, so I will never go 100% digital. I know there's fans out there that can't, just don't have the phone to be able to do that, or just aren't up to technology that much. But we will push digital as much as possible. I promise you, it's more convenient. It just lives on your phone. Now, this past year, they even launched the all-in-one pass, which basically just means that your ticket lives in one singular ticket on your phone, and it'll live there forever, versus you having a single ticket to each individual game. So it's super convenient. You can add it to your Apple Wallet or to your Android wallet. and it just lives there for you and makes it super easy when you get to the gates. You scan it, you put your phone back in your pocket. That's all you have to worry about. So we will push digital as much as possible, but we will never tell you no, especially if you're willing to spend the money and buy the tickets. We'll never tell you no on a hard ticket.
Okay. And for those maybe who have bought digital, I'm just throwing this out there. I don't want to put you on the spot, but would there be an option for someone to maybe have a keepsake ticket from this event?
Yeah, for sure. No, we could definitely do that. We've done that with bowl games in the past and stuff like that. And this is obviously a big day, and so that's always an option to get you a real, actual hard stock ticket that you can use for the scrapbook or use for the frame picture on the wall or whatever it may be.
My guest is Ryan Crisp. He's the Associate Athletics Director for Annual Giving, Ticket Sales, and Fan Engagement. So big day today here on Valentine's Day with those tickets going on sale. Go to herzone.com for more information. What's the parking situation going to look like for the opening series and the rest of the season?
Yeah, for sure. So for opening series specifically, we have the West lot, which is right next to the football stadium, the big parking lot right along 20th Street there. That will be open and be able to be utilized. We've also partnered with the city on the old ACF lot, as I call it. I think that's what most people will know it by. It's just the big open parking lot on the, the south side of 3rd Avenue, I guess, right by the railroad tracks there. That lot will be open and free of charge for people to park in as well. So those are the two main lots that you'll be able to utilize for that opening weekend. And then there will be some reserved parking that we're going to go on sale with here in a little bit. There's not much of that, so it'll go in a priority point order, and I don't know how far we'll make it before all those get scooped up. But there is some reserved parking as well that we're going to sell. And so there'll be plenty of parking options for everyone. And that opening weekend in March is just a crazy weekend overall. It's, softball's hosting a preseason tournament here, so I believe there's 4 to 5 teams coming for that preseason tournament. Baseball opening weekend with 3 games on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then, of course, women's basketball has their senior day on March 1st as well that Friday. So it'll be a busy, busy weekend for Marshall Athletics, and there should be plenty of Herd fans in the area for sure.
Ryan Crisp is with us. He's the Associate Athletic Director, Annual Giving, Ticket Sales, and Fan Engagement. So how are you handling with the influx of people? I guess what I want to ask is, with the influx of people, with the facility, you mentioned we have to live with it for a while. There are things that are sure still going on. Is there anything that maybe Herd fans need to know, you want to stress to them, as you're not going to have construction personnel on hand there to continue to hammer and nail things up, but you're opening a facility for the first time. I'm sure there's still things that need to be done in the area. What should maybe I be aware of as we come into this new venue and this new revitalized area?
Yeah, for sure. So I think, overall we will have it where it's very operational, and we will communicate any issues that we may find in the weeks leading up. I think it'll be as close to perfect as we can get it. Just patience is one thing that we ask from Herd fans. I mean, we built a state-of-the-art baseball facility in 16 months, something that's never been done before. The weather this winter was really good for us for them to stay on schedule. And so it's going to be as close to ready as it can get. There's going to be a lot of things that are going to be in that last few days that they're working to get done. But if we needed to play a baseball game today I think we could do it. The field's ready, the dugout's ready, the net's up. The PA system, the scoreboard are going in this week, so those will be finished. But, as far as baseball goes, if they needed to play a baseball game in there today, they could do it. And, from a construction standpoint, from a concrete standpoint, all that stuff, everything that's major should be taken care of, where there'll be clear paths and there'll be signage will be up, and all that good stuff will be ready to go. And we'll communicate everything. In about a week and a half out, we want to get as far as long as possible and make sure we have all the answers that we need. We worked today on actually a little drone video of just an oversight of the stadium, where we're going to have somebody do a little voiceover on it and talk about different entry points and where you need to enter from, where you can park, restrooms, concessions, all that good stuff. All that information's coming. We just want to wait as long as possible to make sure that the construction process is as far as long as it possibly can be.
When you say someone's doing a voiceover, it's Steve Cotton. You can go ahead and say, yeah, come on now. Mr. Baseball himself, Steve Cotton.
There was no other options.
No, I would have been insulted for him if you were using him. How excited is he? He has to be, because I'm going to be completely candid with you here. He does a fantastic job for football and for basketball. I mean, there's a reason why he's been here so long, and Herd fans love him. But baseball, he's even better. I didn't know that level. That wasn't a level I thought was possible, and he's even better doing baseball games.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm excited to hear him. Early on in the year there is some conflicts with baseball, but when there's not, or with basketball, I'm sorry. But when there's not a conflict with basketball, he will be on our ESPN Plus broadcast doing the game, and so. Baseball is probably his true love and the sport he loves the most, and you can 100% tell it when he calls a baseball game. He's really, really good at what he does across the board, but like you said, baseball is A1 and the one that he loves the most, I think.
Yeah, I'm excited for it as well, so I'm looking forward to hearing Steve call baseball at the stadium. I'm sure Herd fans are just excited to get to the stadium. You want more details, head over to herdzone.com. Basketball is coming up. We got a few more games left. What do you got special for us when we say goodbye to the Herd in the Henderson Center, at least temporarily?
For sure. We got a couple cool things coming up. February 21st, men's basketball plays home to JMU. There's actually 2 different giveaways for that game. First thing is pom-poms to all fans. So make sure you're there early. I think there's 3,000 pom-poms that we're giving out. Just to create a good atmosphere and a good look within the Henderson Center. But then the student-only promo for that game is probably the one that internally is the most sought-after giveaway we've had. It's a trucker hat, which is super in right now, which basically means it's just a mesh back to the hat and then a solid front with Marshall script on it. And so we took pictures of those today, and our graphic team is going to work on making a graphic for those. And I imagine... we did fanny packs for students a few weeks ago, and there was a line waiting on the fanny packs. I think there's going to be a line waiting on the trucker hats as well. So that's, full fans, pom-poms, and then students is the trucker hat. Be on the lookout for an announcement on Thursday. I guess that's tomorrow at noon for the men's game on the 24th against App State. Be on the lookout for an announcement on that one. And then... February 27th, women's basketball plays Georgia State. It is their Play for K game, their pink game. And so we're giving away pink hats to the first 250 fans through the gates, I think, is how many we ordered. So first 250 fans will get a pink hat upon entry. And just obviously a very special game. Let's Play for K, cancer awareness, all that good stuff. So we're excited for that, and wrapping up the basketball season with a few good giveaways and hopefully enticing some people to come out that maybe are on the verge right now.
Good stuff. And is that trucker hat, is that the one that has the gray front with that script M? Is that the one?
Ours that we ordered is all black.
Oh,
black
okay.
bill, black cap, green Marshall script, and then the black mesh in the back. Okay.
So I'm going to have to be really nice to you for the next few weeks to get one of those. But the reason I was asking is because Woody Woodrum, you remember him. Yeah. He's a big deal around these parts.
Sure is.
Got me a trucker hat for Christmas with the gray background and that green M script. And it's really sharp. So that's why I was asking if that was the hat. It's really sharp. But now I want the black one.
We'll have to add one to your collection there, Paul.
Exactly. Ryan Crisp is with us. Always a pleasure to have him with us. He's the Associate Athletics Director, Annual Giving, Ticket Sales, and Fan Engagement. If you ever have any questions, he's the guy to reach out to. You've got the email address right there on herdzone.com. Fans can reach out to you with any questions, and he's actually really good about responding, never shies away from anything. Ryan, thanks for doing this again. I look forward to it every week that we get together and talk.
You got it, Paul. I appreciate it. Go Herd.
Ryan Crisp, everyone. When we continue, we'll get more of your text in. 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. This is The Drive on ESPN 94.1 AM 930.
Working Man Store in Huntington. Check out the biggest inventory of scrubs in West Virginia, featuring brands such as Healing Hands, Dickies, Cherokee, and Med Couture at the best price. Working Man Store has one of the largest selections of big and tall shirts, jackets, and jeans in the area. Working Man Store is the king of blue jeans with Levi's, Dickies, Carhartt, Lee, and Wranglers in sizes up to 72. And Working Man Store has the best selection of men's work boots and casual shoes anywhere at the best price. Working Man Store, open every day at 140 5th Avenue, Huntington.
Hey, Tri-State, Frank's Place is where friends hang out with friends. Stop on by for happy hour from 4 to 6 p.m. and a lot of daily specials. If you're a sports fan, we have what you want. From the biggest game in professional football, NBA, NCAA basketball, and the NHL. First responders, stop by Frank's Place and check out the specials we have for you. Frank's Place, located at the River Place Plaza, next to Fratelli's. Check us out on Facebook for weekly updates and specials. Frank's Place, your home away from home.
Stalwart Insurance is the name for insurance in the Tri-State. They are committed to delivering tailored benefit solutions with thoughtful, strategic planning with valuable professional services. Stop by or call Stalwart Insurance for your homeowner's insurance needs. Stalwart Insurance is located right beside Kenny Queen Hardware on Route 10 in Barbersville. Call Stalwart Insurance anytime at 304-552-3883. That's 304-552-3883. Or visit them online at stalwartinsurance.com.
Some days, my active psoriatic arthritis makes it hard to get in the game. Now, the ball is in my court, thanks to treating my skin and joints with Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150-milligram injection for adults. Skyrizi helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi and visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Progressive presents an ad from Mom.
Hello? Is it on? Oh, okay. Bundle your home and auto insurance with Progressive and get protection round the clock. Round the clock? Does this generation even understand what round the clock means? But I'm just saying, because don't come to me when they ask to do this over, because the kids won't get it.
Get round-the-clock protection when you bundle and save with Progressive. It's easier than getting your mom to make this radio ad. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
I can't wait to get to school. I brush my teeth and I comb my hair. I wave goodbye and I'm off to school. When I get there, I have breakfast with my friends. Then we have fun learning. I like my teacher too. She cares about me and makes me smile. You'll love school too.
Enroll your child in pre-K or kindergarten Friday, March 1st from 8:30 to 11:30 and 12:30 to 2:30 at all Cabell County Public Schools and approved community pre-K sites. Learn more at cabellschools.com.
You know, there's something about a truck you can count on and that SUV that's been on every family vacation for a decade. TikTok Tire and Uniroyal know your truck or family car is only as reliable as the tires underneath it. And that's why Uniroyal made the Laredo AT Tire and HT Tire to be the tires you trust. You know, like you trust your truck, your SUV, or TikTok Tire. Uniroyal Laredo AT and Laredo HT. See where 130 years of value takes you. For more information, stop into TikTok Tire, 2102 3rd Avenue, Huntington, right across from the stadium, or call 304-525-7831.
This is The Drive with Paul Swann on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
We've got our text line still open for you this hour, 304-396-TALK. That's 304-396-8255. I want to welcome you back to today's edition of The Drive on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. I'm your host, Paul Swann. Marshall basketball coming up tomorrow. The Thundering Herd in action against App State. We're going to go on the air 5:30 tomorrow. We got a busy show tomorrow. First up for tomorrow, we've got John Mercer, Marshall women's tennis coach, joining us on the program. And then we're going to have a special guest to join us to talk about the new name and the logo of the Tri-State baseball team. That gets announced tomorrow. We'll have someone on the program tomorrow for the follow-up. I'm not going to reveal too much about that until tomorrow, but you want to be tuned in. So we'll be talking about that. John Mercer joins me. Also, the Marshall game tomorrow as the Thundering Herd taking on Appalachian State. We go on the air at 5:30 tomorrow on 93.7 The Dog and right here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Before that, we'll know the result of the Marshall women. They're also at Appalachian State, and they take on the Mountaineers at noon. Kim Caldwell, when I had a chance to catch up with her during the week, she talked about this road schedule. The Herd's got to be on the road now for a long time. There's nothing like finishing up the regular season primarily on the road. But Kim said that the preseason and the way the Herd had to start the season is really going to help with this stretch going down to Appalachian State and then trying to finish the rest of the season, majority of those games on the road.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, our preseason helped us for this. And we were on the road a lot, and we're used to being on the road. It's been really, really nice being at home, but it's nothing we haven't done multiple times before.
So the team's familiar with it. Kim doesn't make excuses. That's what I like about her. She comes out, she tells you what it is. Team didn't do well. She's going to tell you if the team did well, and 9 times out of 10, she doesn't necessarily think that everything's perfect, but she'll say it now and then, hey, we look really good. I'm not saying she's a perfectionist, but she does have a standard, and there is a level of excellence that she's striving for. And the Thundering Herd, they've been pretty good so far. Now, they got to go down to App and play on Kids Day. This is the 3rd time they've played on Kids Day. I like Kids Day, but only when the home team is hosting, and that's Marshall. Kids Day, yet again for the Thundering Herd. I think she's getting used to it at this point. And she talked a little bit about how it's different when it's your Kids Day compared to when you're the visitor on Kids Day.
I think we know what to expect a little bit, and I think that when you say, hey, it's Kids Day, that they'll realize it's going to be a tough environment. It's going to be a loud environment in a place that's already hard to play. And it's a doubleheader, so their men play right after us, and so it's just one thing on top of another.
Yeah, it's like they're waiting for the Thundering Herd. The Appalachian State is lying in wait to take on the Herd, and they're throwing everything they possibly can at Marshall, Kids Day. I think the Herd's got the experience to handle this by now. And Marshall also had the week off. That's rare with this MAC Sunbelt Challenge, probably an annual thing. That's going to open up opportunities for Marshall because I don't anticipate Marshall participating in the Sunbelt MAC Challenge. There are more Sunbelt schools than there are MAC schools. And Marshall already has its own MAC Challenge to a degree. Marshall, because of scheduling, will feature a few MAC schools on a yearly basis. Ohio being one of them, Toledo being one of them, Akron's on the schedule at times. And I like that arrangement. I like the yearly battle between Marshall and the Bobcats. So I wouldn't want to modify my schedule too much for this challenge. So if Marshall can excuse itself from the challenge, Marshall should excuse itself from the challenge. Now, the benefit of that is the fact that you get this off week. You get a few days off before you got to get back at it. And so the argument's always rest versus rust. But with Coach Caldwell, she said that with the off week, they did put a couple of things in. They may have worked a couple of wrinkles in, but they didn't change too much of what the team's been doing.
Yeah, what you see is what you're going to get. We're going to practice a couple little things here and there just because we've had time. But you don't really want to change up too much at this point. You just want to keep getting better at what you're doing.
So she said, I don't think you could change up. You're not going to see the Thundering Herd come out all of a sudden, and they're going to be this really slow, methodical team that comes out, and they're high tempo. They are high tempo all the way, and that includes how they took the week off. According to Kim, they really didn't take the week off. It probably wasn't as relaxing as it was for the Marshall men, they got a couple of days off. Now, I'm not trying to compare practices, but Dan gave them a couple of days off. Obina and Achille Killen talked about that as far as the days off. You remember what he said a couple of days ago? He was pretty excited that they got a couple of days off.
Man, he felt good. I'm not going to lie, the two days off Coach Dan gave us, that felt good for me and felt good for Nate and also the other guys. I mean, today in practice, I was jumping, dunking, like I had energy and all that. I mean,
that's Obina. He had energy, he said. Now, I'm not saying that the two teams have one way's right, one way's wrong, but Dan gave them a couple of days off so they could get their energy back. With Kim, she said the team really didn't rest with the off week. They did a couple of things. They had an opportunity to do some community items, but as far as practice is concerned, they probably felt like they were in a game week.
We're really not. We, if anything, have practiced harder. And so there's two ways you can look at it. You can rest, you can recover, or you can get in better shape and you can turn it up a notch. And we chose to turn it up a notch. And so we're going to try to get in better shape. We're going to try to get better with skill. We're going to try to get better as a team. And so their practices have been about 2 hours of nonstop full court drills. And today will be another one. And then we'll start to taper down. So we'll see if that was the right thing to do or not. But you don't want to rest right now. We'll rest when it's over.
That's Kim Caldwell, and you heard her say, look, we're going to taper down. We went full throttle. We're going to taper down as they get ready to take on App State. So it's not nonstop, just go, 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 go. She's balancing it out, but that's her attitude. That's the team culture now. We're not resting. We don't have time to rest. We're going to get better. We're going to get in better shape, better conditioning, and we're going to turn it up a notch. And they're also going to learn from their mistakes. Kim talked about that. She was asked about it, how the team get better after the JMU loss, and I feel like Marshall benefited from that loss. I hate that Marshall took the loss, and some coaches will say, we don't learn anything from losses. I don't learn anything from a loss. I'd rather teach, from a win. And that's one way to look at it. With Kim, she talked about how the team actually got better with that JMU loss.
Yeah, I think that's what losses will do to you sometimes. They'll humble you really quickly, and you'll go back and watch the film. And we watched our JMU film, and then we watched some old film of ourselves, and we said, this is not what we look like anymore. We look a step slow. We look a little bit complacent. We're not doing the things we used to be doing. And so we had 2 hard practices, and I think it paid off. And again, when you have adrenaline like that, hats off to the fans and the kids that were there because they just made us play a lot harder.
Kim Caldwell, and of course that was a fun day at the Henderson Center. Education Days, always going to be a blast. If you get a chance to go to one of those, it's worth it. The kids really jack up the energy in the building. One more from Kim before we hit the break. She talked a little bit about the seniors. She came out and just flat said that the seniors, it's February, running out of basketball games. To finish strong, these seniors, she said, need to step up, especially in February.
Anytime you get to February, your seniors really just have to step up. They have 3 weeks left. They have 6 games left. They have 16 practices left, and then they don't ever get to do this again. And that's all we know in this room. Life changes when you get out of college. They don't know that yet, but just trying to get them to put everything they have into the last little bit that they have.
You know the urgency there? Look, this is wrapping up for you. You don't get to do this again after this. She didn't put any extenders on it. Hey, don't forget you got the tournament now, and maybe we got postseason. That sounded final to me. And she's probably pushing it as, look, this is it. You better do what you can now because you don't have tomorrow. You got to do it today. And so I felt the urgency when she made that statement. That's Kim Caldwell. Been fun to cover her all season long. I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. We got an early one tomorrow with the women. They tip off at noon against Appalachian State. The men, we go on the air at 5:30 tomorrow right here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930 and on 93.7 The Dog. More of your texts coming up on this edition of The Drive.
Stuck in a state of falling behind, struggling to keep up with kids, finances, insurance, and life? Well, let your State Farm agent help you simplify and get to a better state. With State Farm handling your auto, home, and life insurance, you'll have more time to handle everything else. More money, too. Adding State Farm policies can earn discounts that could add up to 40% and help you get ahead. Call an agent today and get to a better state with State Farm. In Huntington, Jeff Smith, 304-781-1234. In Milton, Eric Dodson, 304-390-4515. And in Wayne, Vicky Tabor, 304-272-5149.
Now is the time to add on a new bathroom or remodel your old one with the latest up-to-date bathroom fixtures from Mutual Wholesalers, 710 5th Street, Huntington. Come in today to Mutual Wholesalers' beautiful showroom and see how your new bathroom will look. Check out Acre by Max. Have a new bathroom this year. Mutual Wholesalers, locally owned and operated, 710 5th Street, Huntington. Call 304-525-9118.
Metro Community Federal Credit Union has been serving the Huntington community for 70 years and is proud to announce our newest location in Lavalette is now open. Wayne County residents, you now have access to a modern banking facility, a full range of services, advanced technology, expert financial advice, and even a smart coffee kiosk cafe. Learn more about Metro Community Federal Credit Union online at metrocommunityfcu.com or visit us today on 5th Street Road.
Equal housing lender, member NCUA.
Giovanni's has great Italian dishes. Spaghetti with meat sauce, lasagna, ravioli, manicotti, and baked lasagna. Giovanni's has the best sandwiches around, from the stromboli, Italian sub, calzones, and their signature Big Red. All dinners will be served with hot garlic bread or Italian rolls. Giovanni's Pizza, fresh, hot, and tasty. Have it delivered right to your door. Giovanni's, the Italian place to be.
A rock from the darker side. Disturbed live. You're not among it down with the sickness. At your life tour this Thursday night, Mountain Health Arena. New album Divisive, available now. With special guest Falling in Reverse and Plush. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss Disturbed live.
Tax Talk with Straight Talk.
You give and you give. This tax season, you get with Straight Talk Wireless. You get a reliable 5G network and unlimited data and a Samsung Galaxy A14 included when you buy an extended Silver Unlimited plan. So you can give your janky phone to your kid. Yeah!
Switch to Straight Talk for plans starting as low as $25 a line per month for 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com. Device offer ends 4/14/24. Online only. Family plan discount with 4 lines, all on the Silver Unlimited plan. Taxes and fees apply.
Okay, forest animals, today is a new day. Kids are coming to the forest, and it's up to us to make their visit a good one. Sparrow.
Yes?
Have you practiced the most popular bird songs for the year?
Of course.
Catchy. I like it. Okay, River.
Dude.
How's the temperature?
It's a refreshing 52 degrees, man. Perfect for a little riverside shoeless relaxation.
Ah, good. Owl, you here? Course. Who's asking? I am. Look, you know the drill. Sleep during the day, scare the kids at night. Perfect. I love my job. Oak tree?
Sup?
Still in the same place I left you last year. That's what I like. Consistency.
Well, it's not like I'm going anywhere for the next couple hundred years.
I know. I love it. Turtle. Turtle.
He's not here yet, man.
He's late every morning. You'd think you would have learned by now to leave the night before our meetings. Okay. Squirrel. Has anybody seen Mr. Squirrel?
The Forest has been preparing just for you. Visit a forest near you today. To learn more about cool things to do in the forest, visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
This is The Drive with Paul Swann on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
We're wrapping up today's edition of The Drive on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Just a reminder, tomorrow we're going to go on the air a little early, usually 5:06, but we're going to go straight up at 5 o'clock tomorrow because I've got 2 people coming on tomorrow, and we got a short time to do everything we want to do before we talk strictly Marshall basketball with our pregame coverage. So 5 o'clock tomorrow, we'll go on the air. We're going to hear from John Mercer, Marshall's tennis coach. The women have been spectacular as of late. They're back to where I'm expecting them to be every year. They've really built that program back up. And usually The women's tennis team is among the best programs year in and year out at Marshall, and I think Coach Mercer's done a fantastic job. He joins me tomorrow on the program, and then we're going to have a special guest in relation to the new App State baseball team. We get the name tomorrow and the logo. I'm hoping I get some swag out of this deal. We'll talk about the guest tomorrow. Find me on Twitter. It's called X now, so you can find me there at Paul Swann. I'll have all the info tomorrow, but we're kind of keeping things a little close to the vest tomorrow since I've got one of the first interviews with the management group and the people that are going to be bringing you baseball after Marshall baseball. So I'm excited about that. We'll have that tomorrow, and then, of course, we'll follow all of that up throughout the next few weeks as we're getting closer to baseball, not only Marshall baseball, which the Thundering Herd on the road. They start Thursday at the College of Charleston. Looking forward to that. And, of course, softball is going to be on the road as well. They're going to be at the ECU Pirate Clash, including matches with the ECU Pirates. It's a good rivalry. I'm always glad that the two schools can work together, especially with the connections there. So we got a busy show tomorrow. We're going to start early, 5 o'clock, right here, ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. A couple of items I want to talk about. Of course, as we mentioned, the reveal tomorrow for Tri-State Baseball. Needed to mention, I didn't get a chance to talk about it yesterday, the Marshall WVU game at Gomart Park is going to be Tuesday, March 12th. That's going to be a big deal. And I like the fact that they're playing 3 games, one in Morgantown, one in Huntington, one in Charleston. I know it couldn't work this way in soccer, but wouldn't it be cool if you could play one in Huntington, one in Morgantown, and then one in Charleston? I don't know if you want to do a friendly. Can it be friendly between the two schools when it comes to soccer? I'm not sure. But you've got an opportunity. If you can't get to Huntington or Morgantown, you want to watch Marshall and WVU, you got a chance to watch them at Gomart Ballpark with the game on the 12th. And, of course, as we mentioned earlier, Marshall graduate senior Abby Herring named Sunbelt Conference Women's Track Athlete of the Week. It's the second time for her. I spoke with her on Monday. You can go back and listen to it on our podcast. I think you should. It was a great interview. She's always fun to talk to, and that's on our podcast from Monday. Boys and girls pairings announced for the 2024 Night of Champions and the placement games, and they're going to be played at the South Charleston Community Center. The boys' schedule on the 17th. Championship's going to be George Washington versus Huntington at 8 o'clock. The consolation game will be Spring Valley versus Hurricane. That's going to be at 2 o'clock. The 7th place game is going to feature Cabell Midland and Parkersburg. That's at 7 o'clock. Now, girls' schedule. Championship. George Washington taking on Spring Valley. That's at 6 o'clock. That's on the 7th. And then Parkersburg and Huntington, the consolation game on the girls' side, that's going to be at noon. So there you have it. 5th place game is going to be Cabell Midland at St. Albans, and that's at 7 o'clock. That's the designation there. The placement games are played at the site of the higher seed on February 15th. Just want to stress that for clarity. The Cabell Midland game against Parkersburg, that's going to be at Parkersburg on the 15th. Again, I needed to stress that for a little clarity here. But the main games are going to be on the 17th. If you're a Huntington High basketball fan or a Spring Valley basketball fan, enjoy your time at the South Charleston Community Center. And that's going to do it for this edition. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be back with you tomorrow. We get a full show, 5 o'clock. We start things off with John Mercer, and we'll talk Tri-State baseball. 5:30, Marshall basketball. 6:30 tip-off, Herd taking on App State. Have a great night, everyone. We'll be back here tomorrow.
Retransmitting in Glorious FM on 94.1 W227BS Huntington. This is 930 WRVC Huntington, celebrating 100 years of broadcasting.